If you have employees that do the same work for the same hours, workgroup timesheets allow you to enter the work record once and the same timesheet is added to multiple employees. That process is done under Processes and Workgroup Timesheets, or if you are using Payroll integrated with accounting, it will be Processes Payroll Workgroup Timesheets. Select the company that you're working with. We'll select our Alpine Sports, and then click the Employees button to select which employees are going to be assigned the same work. So we're going to click our Employee button, and you can add any columns here to make it easier to select the employees. We've added Department, and so we're going to add a work record to all of our employees that do our tours and lessons. I've held down my Control key and selected all 3 of these employees, and then click my green right arrow to select the employees. All employees that list in the right column will have the workgroup timesheet added to their timesheet records. And we're going to click OK. Now we can add our timesheet record just like you would in timesheets. We'll select a date and select the earning that they did. You can either use a pay default if you're using those, or we're going to go right to earning this time and do a road biking because they all did a tour at the same time. You can use your start time and stop time if you want, is fine. And we're just going to go ahead and put in a number of hours. And this particular earning is paid by pieces by the number of persons that they took on their tour. So we're going to put that they each were in charge of 5 persons. And you do not have to put a rate here. In case your rate is different for your different employees that are in this work group timesheet, it will assign that rate at the time that it goes to the timesheet records, and we'll show you that in just a little bit. But if the case were that regardless of what the individual employee's rate is for this particular earning, if you wanted to assign the same rate to all employees regardless of what the rate was before, you could certainly do that here. And if we enter it here, it would overwrite the rate that they might have in their setup of that employee's earning. So we're going to leave it 0 here, and we'll show you how that works. That's all you have to do. You can put in any details that you might want normally on this particular earning, and it would get assigned to all the employees. We're going to click Save, and it's going to come up and tell you that timesheets were successfully generated for all employees in the work group. If the case were that one of the employees or more employees that you selected were not assigned to this particular earning, or one of the details that you might have included on this earning record, it would come up and give you an error message and ask if you want to see the log file. And if you do, then you bring up the log file in a notepad document. It will indicate which employee has the problem and what's missing, if it was the earning or if it was a particular workers' comp class that wasn't assigned that you might have selected in this earning. Whatever the problem was, it'll indicate it so you can make those corrections. We're going to click OK and see what happened. We're going to go over to Processes and Timesheets. And now we see that we have our 3 selected employees that are in tour and lessons, and it gave that work record to each of them. Notice that one of our employees has a different amount. That's because that particular employee's rate is different than the other 2. His rate was apparently at 22 and the other ones were at 25. But if we edit one of these, we can see that they have the road biking for 7 hours and 5 persons at his rate of $25. And then you can continue you could edit these work records here if you needed to, or you can just keep on adding to the individual employees or do more work group timesheets. And that's all there is to adding the work group timesheets. It's just a way to save time when you do have those employees that are doing the same work.